Starting a YouTube channel. Yep, that's my new venture. You're probably wondering why do that now, right? Well, the first thing is that my online efforts to make some money have been pretty much all over the place. And they haven't produced even a little help in paying the bills. And if you know me, you're probably not surprised that I would decide to try another way to make some dough. After all, a girl's gotta have more than just the small bit of income she gets from Social Security. Hi, I'm Kate, and this is actually the revival of my very tiny YouTube channel I called Kate Gypsy. I'll always be a small YouTuber, but I'll share some interesting stories about what it's like for me as an American living in Indonesia. Yes, I've been here more than 40 years, and wow, things have really changed during this time. Makes for some very interesting stories. When I talk with friends in Chicago and Los Angeles, it seems that I'm always mentioning something that they find strange, but really interesting. Things I don't even think twice about, but are really different from what my friends are used to. Yes, I think back to the time I was living in the US and realized just how different my life became after I came here for just a 3-month work contract. So how did I end up here still after 40 years? Well, that's for another video. But my long delayed trip on YouTube started back in 2009. That's when I first joined. Not sure what kind of videos I planned to do at that time. I think I just thought making videos would be fun. Of course, I knew nothing about making videos, but I figured I could learn. At that time, I had a small tour business here called Infinite Indonesia, and I might have thought making YouTube videos of Indonesia would be good promotional material for my business. But as it turned out, I got distracted with something else and didn't do that. And then it was only a short time later that I gave up my little tour business as well. So my YouTube channel sat idle. But in 2010, I had a very exciting and very nerve-wracking experience. The volcano I live on started to blow its top. Scientists had warned it was going to happen, but I live in a safe zone and supposedly didn't have to worry. At least that's what I thought, what I was told. As it turned out, I had to evacuate my home for 18 days. So the year after the eruption, I made a video about it. You can actually see that video. It's called Kate Evacuates from Erupting Volcano in Indonesia. But you know, consistency is not one of my strengths. So once again, my YouTube channel sat idle. Then a few weeks ago, I posted that 13-year-old volcano video on Facebook page. Not sure why I did that, but it really turned out to be a smart move. A good friend of mine saw my post, watched my video, and said she was getting ready to start a YouTube channel. And why didn't I do the same? Well, this wasn't a new idea. Over the years, one of my Chicago friends that I Skype with regularly told me that I should do YouTube videos, and I always laughed when she said that. She's on YouTube every day watching videos, makeup videos, fashion videos, videos about trials. I thought, yeah, well, those are great, but what kind of video could I make that people would actually want to watch? What could I demonstrate like those beautiful makeup artists? The answer I came up with was absolutely nothing. But my friend always said that I'd had such an interesting life and I could just talk about how I ended up in Indonesia, what it's like to be an American living here, what daily life is like, things like that. She was sure people would enjoy watching videos like that. Well, I wasn't so sure. I had a lot of interesting stories tucked away in my brain, but would people really want to hear about it? Another friend said people would love to hear my stories about my tour directing life. Yes, I led international tours for over the 18 years, all over the world. And yes, I have some funny and some not so funny stories. But would anyone really want to hear about that? Maybe I was just too close to the whole concept. In my mind, it didn't really seem all that special. And then I have an Indonesian friend who also has pushed me to do YouTube videos. He said that local people here would love to hear about my life in their country. After all, how many Americans came here in 1982 and stuck around? Not many. Now, I'm known for being willing to jump into new situations and new careers or whatever without even thinking twice. And you can see that I kept running into people who told me, "Better make YouTube videos, Kate." It was as if I didn't even have a choice about it. So I started to lean into the idea. And when my friend who was starting her YouTube channel suggested that I do the same, I realized that I guess the time was right. And I started making a list about things in my life that friends seemed to find interesting. Why do I need to have 4 refrigerators and 3 freezers? Am I just a hoarder? No, it has nothing to do with that. Why did my housekeeper laugh when she saw how I peeled an onion? How is it possible to deal with the money when $1 is equal to 15,000 rupiah, the local currency? That means that $10 equals 150,000, and $100 is 1.5 million rupiah. The kicker is, the largest bill here is only 100,000. That's equal to $7.50. Oh my God, can you imagine how important it is that you can do math here? These days, salaries are paid by direct deposit. But in those days when I first came here, they were paid in cash. Can you imagine carrying around your salary in cash on payday? Yes, when I arrived here, I had to get used to so many things that were different from what I'd had in the US. So when I thought about that, I started to realize that maybe people would want to watch videos about my life here, or even maybe when leading international tours. By the way, my housekeeper still thinks I'm crazy for peeling an onion with the sharp edge pointed at myself instead of pointed away from me. Anyhow, now my new adventure on YouTube begins. By the way, here's one of my dogs, Mojo. He's hoping to get his big break as a heartthrob from his appearance on my videos. He's certainly gorgeous enough, and I hear he's already been out looking for an agent. Indy, on the other hand, is hoping for some work as a porn star. So I'll start sharing parts of my unusual life here. But, it is scary. But I read somewhere, never be afraid to try something new. So I'm swallowing those fears and making videos about being an American living in Indonesia. Have you ever thought about traveling to Indonesia? What about living here? Sounds pretty far out, doesn't it? What would you like to know about my life here? I'd love to find out so I can include experiences that you'd like in my next videos. Just leave a comment below. And as I said in the title, I have countless stories to share, and this is just the start. If you want to see more, just give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Don't worry about subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything, and it doesn't mean you'll start getting emails from me nonstop or at all. It's just a way for me to help show YouTube that some people like my videos.